Eintracht Frankfurt defied all odds and managed to finish in a Champions League spot for the Premier for next season's football here at the finishing third in the Bundesliga. We are gonna jump in here and do a very unrealistic rebuild. We're gonna jump in here, go into that second season. We are gonna give ourselves close to 100 to maybe even close to 200 million in the transfer budget to sign players to see if we can not only just win the Bundesliga but at least make it a deeper run into the Champions League. So let's go and jump in, give ourselves 10 minutes, give ourselves an unholy amount of money, and see if we can turn Frankfurt into some type of oil money dominance. And jumping into it, this is this team at the start of season 2 here. We are going to keep this formation. Obviously, I'm not playing a single game, so it don't matter. So we are going to keep this formation. But looking at this, improvements I do want to make is possibly finding a goalkeeper that can replace Trapp, because Trapp is 34 years of age. So hopefully we can find somebody maybe not older, maybe not younger, but at least somebody better. That way, if they deteriorate, they would actually still be good. I do want to bring in at least one new center back, maybe 2 new center backs will do there. I kind of want to bring in a brand new midfield as well to replace both of these guys. I definitely want to bring in a new right mid in to replace him and Knopf or Koff or whatever. There's one player that's actually a realistic option that I already have in my mind that can be there. I want to bring in a better left mid or left back kind of there. I want to bring in another cam, possibly another 2 cams to replace Mario Götze and Chaibi. And then at Teke, it's a toss-up if we keep him or not, in all honesty. But what I do know, we have 222 million. We have 10 minutes on the timer, and that will start in 3, 2, 1. The timer has started. We have 10 minutes to spend that 200 million to build a squad worthy enough of hopefully winning the Bundesliga. And it starts by bringing in probably the most realistic option of this video, and probably the only realistic option. They're actually rumored with them off of well, I don't know how realistic of a rumor is, but off of Transfer Market, this is a rumor that is possible or was possible here. We're going to offer them Mbembe here to try and make it a little bit cheaper here. Try and get him for 20 million instead of 23, 26 million. They say yes to that. Perfect. Crucial, yes. Obviously, that's completely fine. 5-year deal. Doesn't matter. We're here for 1. No release clause. He's not going to want 60k coming here. He's going to want 50k. He probably wants a little less. Doen, welcome to Frankfurt. We are going to look to obviously keep it spending in the Bundesliga, weaken some of these other clubs to hopefully make us stronger in the hopes of that. Maybe give them some of our lesser well-played players. We can honestly swap Gertruda for Tuta and be absolutely happy with that. We're going to offer 9 million plus that here. They want 30 million. They don't want him. That's interesting. Would they want, theoretically, because I am looking to bring in 2 center backs, would they want Theater in the deal as well? He's about 18 million. If we offer them 10 million plus him, will they want that, or do they just want straight cash? They want straight cash, which is a little concerning, but we have the cash to splash, so we'll offer his market value of 25.5 million. See what they say to that. They say yes to that, and Gertruda could come into the squad. I'm not going to put him in permanently. Instead of bringing him in instantly, we're going to look at other options as well. Maybe if we can replace Tuta, or actually include Tuta or Theater in a swap deal here to try and just make it easier for myself. So Tuta, we're going to offer you plus 14k or so here. They want straight cash as well. Okay, would you want... Well, I do want Anton no matter what. So Anton no matter what's coming into the squad. 15 million, you can have the release selling clause. They say yes to that. Okay, so maybe overpaid, including Theater, but we'll definitely bring on Anton for the squad. We might as well bring in Gertruda as well. All right, we have like about 6:45 left here, so crucial. Obviously, yes, that's completely fine. The thing, I don't know if I'm going to be able to spend the 200 million because I'm not really spending the money, if you really think about it. 80k, yeah, sure. See, I get slowed down so much by this. Anton, welcome to the squad. We have the money, so we might as well splash the cash. And back to Borussia Dortmund we go. 37 million for Jamie Gittins. They want 46.5 million. We are gonna bring it down to 14 million. See what they say to that. They should accept it. They will accept it. Bino Gittins is gonna come to the squad. Not even Bino. It is Bino Gittins, is it not? I swear, Lord, yeah, because Duranville and Bino Gittins actually in real life is going to Chelsea. Crucial 5-year deal. No release clause because I don't want that to get triggered in January somehow. And 60K. Welcome to the squad, Mr. Gittins. Moving up into the cam department here, we have Enzo Millier from Stuttgart, who is 36 million market value here. Oh, I forgot we do have Paxton Aronson. We actually don't have it. The only cam we have is Chaibi. We could definitely replace him. He'd definitely play. So we're gonna offer them 32 million. See what they say to that. They say yes instantly. Okay, so its contract might be expiring soon. Just release 50,000. And Malay, welcome to the squad. And Gertrude will come to the squad as well. We say hello to him. Actually, I don't know how much money we're down to, but we should be at least still have 70 to 80 million, possibly even a little bit more. There's actually a real possibility that we have close to 100 million left as well. We have 75 million left to do here. We have about 3.5 million to work with. We really didn't bring in any midfielders, but everything else is kind of improved in a sense as well. So this is all looking good. I do want to bring in a keeper, so let me go bring in a keeper. Honestly, Manuel Neuer could be coming to the squad. And in fact, Ederson is going to be our new #1 keeper. We are going to look to bring him in. His contract is expiring, so we are going to offer them 30 million. It's not going to leave us money for a midfield at all, but a keeper is very much needed. And I know he's 31 years of age, but he is still going to be very good enough to at least be part of the squad for the one season that we are going to be here. So we're going to get him into the squad here, get him into Crucial. No release costs, get his wages, hopefully down to 100,000. He can accept the 30,000 cut. Welcome to the squad. We have 2 minutes to bring in a midfielder or two. And probably the last player that we're going to be able to bring in is Goretzka here, midfield. We are going to offer, do we offer Hugo Larsson? I feel like we should, or maybe we offer Mario Götze. We offer Mario Götze here. We offer him 24 million plus Mario Götze. Hey, welcome to the squad here. Now, actually, if I delegate this and go sign somebody else, then I could do that as well. So let me do that as well. So who is here? Not Leon Goretzka. Leon Goretzka, Kone. Let's do Kone real quick. If we can do Kone, get him into the squad, and as long as I can delegate it, it's fine. Player swap, midfields, Hugo Larsson, goodbye, plus 20 million. I don't know if we'll actually be able to bring in both of them. They want 30 million. I do have to delegate it, so I do actually have to get this done within the next 10 seconds. And not just this, but the other ones as well. Okay, so they say yes to that. I got to delegate it in 6 seconds. Delegate, yes. Delegate, yes. And by the skin of our teeth, you can call it cheating all you want. It's an unrealistic rebuild anyway. The 10-minute timer is done. But with those being delegated, we will be allowed to bring them in. Leon Goretzka comes into the squad here. Welcome into Frankfurt. And Kone comes into the squad. So the rebuild is complete. Welcome into Frankfurt. And so here's the squad. Ederson in net. Gertrude, Koch, Anton, Goretzka, and Kone. Doan and Gittins on the left and right-hand side. Uzan and Malay in the midfield. I didn't think about Mario Götze not playing Cam, but that's sure. And Ateke as our striker. Let's see if this team can make something of themselves in the Bundesliga. I will see y'all in January. And here are our Champions League opponents, just so y'all know of them. We start at home against Celtic. We go away to France to play against PSG. We take on Napoli at our home ground. We take on Juventus. We are getting put through the absolute spinner. Honestly, if we make it out of the league phase, just looking at these first 5 teams, I'd be amazed. We take on Juventus at home. We go over to London to take on Tottenham. We take on Manchester United, who is somehow in the Champions League. Don't know how they're in the Champions League. They shouldn't be close to it, but hey-ho, they are. We take on Valencia. We take on Molde, and that is how we wrap up the Champions League. It's going to be a tough, and honestly, to be completely honest, I don't expect it to be worth it. I will see y'all on January 1st, where we'll probably be knocked out of the Champions League. And so at the just over halfway point of the league, we're 8 points behind RB Leipzig. They're actually having a fantastic season. They are currently tied on points with Leverkusen in first, but they do have a game in hand, so they could go 3 points clear at the top of the table of Leverkusen, and we could essentially be 11 points behind them. So as far as the league goes, we're not performing bad. but we're just not performing as good as the best teams in the league at the moment. To be completely honest, we're performing quite well. If we could turn some of those losses and draws into wins, then we just right out there. We're tied on points with Bayern Munich, so it's not completely off the charts there. It's maybe a little far-fetched. We do have the DFB Pokal quarter-final action where we are taking on Borussia Dortmund, who are currently sitting, they are sitting third in the league here, 2 points ahead of us, so that is a tight contest. As far as the Champions League goes, we are in the playoffs. We are taking on Ajax in the playoff system there. We finished 22nd, so we were nearly knocked out. We did scrape by. Leverkusen are the last team in. Lille are the first team out alongside Marseille. Porto and Valencia is also going to go ahead and get knocked out. Feyenoord finishing bottom of the table there. The top 8 for the Champions League. It was Real Madrid who went ahead and won 7 games and lost 1 game in the entirety. Inter Milan who went lossless alongside Barcelona. PSG, Bayern Munich, and Milan also wrap it up there, with Borussia Dortmund and Napoli taking up the last 2 spots of the Champions League. Where Ajax, we get Ajax who finished 9th and missed on Champions League football barely, or missed on the top 8 barely. Atletico Madrid, AS Monaco, Arsenal, Juventus, Celtic, Man United, who shouldn't be in this Champions League as well, Osasuna, Tottenham, Man City, Anderlecht Sporting, AEK Athens, Frankfurt, Young Boys, and Leverkusen are all within those 9th through 24 spots, are going to have to go through the playoffs as well. And so our top goal scorer is actually new boy Doan. 12 goals out of him, 8 assists. Gittins had 9 goals. Ateke had 9 goals. Batshuayi had 7 goals. He's playing 15 games. Not sure about that. Goretzka had 5 goals. Uzan had 3 goals. Kone had 2 goals. Elliott had 2 goals. Let's go see how we performed in Champions League phase and what teams we beat and teams we lost to. And so we start here in September where we beat Celtic. We opened up the Champions League with a 2-1 win, and now here comes a gauntlet. We went ahead and lost to PSG 2-1. We lost to Napoli 2-1 as expected. We went ahead and lost to Juventus 4-1. We managed to draw against Tottenham, so finally getting some type of stability in the Champions League there. We lose to Manchester United 1-0, and then in January we picked up 2 wins against Valencia and Molde, where those 2 wins actually kind of saved our season there, and we obviously got into the Champions League playoff round here against Ajax, in which we'll just go ahead and sim through the calendar, see what we can do, see if we can beat them, see if we can beat Borussia Dortmund as well in this DFB Pokal, which is looking like we won't. We will not. We lose out against Dortmund in the DFB Pokal, so we will not win that tournament. It's completely fine, but we are interested in the Champions League. Champions League first leg here against Ajax. It's a home leg first, a 3-3 draw, so goals galore. Lack of defense in that game. Let's see if the second leg we can be a little bit more defensively strong while being offensively strong as well. Second leg here in the Dutch lands. It's Ajax versus Frankfurt. It's a 1-0 win. Frankfurt scrape by against Ajax. And we move on to the next round, Champions League, where we get invited to play against Inter Milan. And so the playoff action felt like this. We obviously beat Ajax 4-3 in aggregate. Atletico Madrid scraped by against Tottenham. AEK Athens with a 4-2 win against Monaco move on past AS Monaco. So that's interesting to see there. Arsenal move past Anderlecht with relative ease there. Juventus take down Sporting. Celtic take down Manchester City. So Manchester City are out of the Champions League. Leverkusen win on penalties against Man United. So at least Bayer Leverkusen move on and not a team that shouldn't even be in the Champions League. And Osasuna beat Young Boys. That I thought that was about to be an upset because I thought that was Dortmund for a second. It's not. That leads to the round of 16 being this. Osasuna get rewarded with Bayern Munich. AEK Athens get rewarded with AC Milan. We get rewarded with Inter Milan. Juventus get Borussia Dortmund. Atletico Madrid versus Napoli. Celtic versus PSG. Arsenal versus Real Madrid. A replay of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And Bayer Leverkusen versus Barcelona as well. So I do expect us to get knocked out here of the Champions League here against Inter Milan, unless we can put up a strong fight, which we did pick up man of the match, a 3-2 win for Frankfurt in the first leg. here against Inter Milan. A massive game here, a 2-2 draw against Wolfsburg, as our quest to the title looks to kind of just swindle down. It's kind of shifting to a focus of making a deeper run into Champions League. But second leg here against Inter Milan, and we are out. We lose 5-4 against Inter Milan on aggregate. So a 3-2 win into a 3-1 loss, and we are knocked out of the Champions League. And now we just have a couple of games left to go to finish the season, see if we can at least get into the top 4. Because at the moment, this title race that we wanted to be in is turning into a top 4 race. But a massive win against Leverkusen will definitely help us out a little bit there. Here against Augsburg, now we are looking at least end the season strong here, finishing the top 4. If we can outdo our points tally of the first season, of the current season actually just happening in real life, which if I can go ahead and figure out where it was, where we at, 24-25, they had 60 points. I guess theoretically that is possible that we could outdo at least that 60-point mark and kind of compare to that season to this current season that they just wrapped up in real life. And so from the point where we got dropped out of the Champions League, we beat Bayer Leverkusen 2-1, we beat Augsburg 2-1, we beat Wolfsburg 3-1, we draw to I don't know what team that is, but we draw to them 2-2. We lose to Stuttgart 2-1. We beat Freiburg 3-1. We draw to Dortmund. We beat Hamburg. And then we wrap up the season with a 2-1 win against Hannover 96 there, which leads us to sit in 5th. So theoretically, we had a better season points-wise, but we also had a worse season standing-wise compared to them in real life. We actually go ahead and have Leverkusen, who finished on 74 points. That's the thing, 74 points, nobody finished within 70s. It was Bayern Munich on 82, and then after that, it was 69. So Bayer Leverkusen did finish in second again. Obviously, Bayern Munich did not win the league in this thing like they did in real life. RB Leipzig actually outperformed themselves by nearly 20 points, and in fact by 23 points compared to where they finished in real life. Frankfurt, we had theoretically a better season, and in fact we had a better season in all departments, which is kind of insane. In fact, actually no, we didn't. We scored less goals. We scored one less goal than they did in real life. But we are tied on points with Borussia Dortmund. We missed out on goal difference by 6 goals there. So theoretically, we had a worse season, but we also had a better season. So I guess you can classify this rebuild as a 10-minute rebuild. So maybe money won't buy you success, but it realistically can buy you success. And it realistically has bought many teams success, like Real Madrid, like Man City, like Liverpool, like, well, Arsenal in a sense, but not really a sense because we haven't won fuck all. So yeah, PSG obviously in the French leagues, but that's just the French quality being so poor compared to the spending of the rest of the league and PSG's. That's just how that goes. Well, I will see you on Friday for another rebuild. Until then, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.